Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. I say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Delta may sue CrowdStrike, which caused the stock to drop 9.7% in a single day. Things are not looking great for CrowdStrike. Now, this is in light of one of the largest IT outages in basically history, and CrowdStrike is pretty much the best cybersecurity company, bar none. I mean, most people say that the industry best. I'm a little biased. My IT company does resell, install, and optimize solutions, including CrowdStrike. And for many years, it's been the golden standard. It's been darn near perfect, stops a lot of malicious actors. Unfortunately, their botched update caused a lot of computers to brick themselves, and Fortune 500 companies are estimated to lose about, I believe, $5 billion. And Delta in particular, it looks like they lost between almost $500 million. So they're thinking they might sue. Granted, by the time this video is rendered and uploaded, the lawsuit might already be in, the ball might be rolling. But we shall see. Now, again, let's just see what's the stock look like for CrowdStrike these days. And again, not financial advice. Shoot, if I was a financial genius, I would have bought their stock years ago. Because, again, historically speaking, they've been doing pretty darn good. Going to good old CrowdStrike stock, I mean, currently trading for $229.75 per share. Overall, since the IPO, which it looks like they IPO for about $50, they're up 338%. Now, in the past 5 years, going to that growing trend of 186%. In the past year, they're actually still pretty darn good up. They're up, increased 63.25%. However, as we start to zoom in, that's where the concerns start to show themselves. Year to date, they're actually down 5.35%. Now, keep in mind, most of the competition, biggest, most well-known competitor is probably Sentinel-1. They're actually increased around 12% year to date. And now, granted, their price per share is around $22.80 per share. And, I'd say most people say this is the second best in terms of cybersecurity solutions. And again, they're a great product. I resell them, and I think Sentinel-1 is a great solution as well. So they've actually doing pretty good, capturing some of that market share and actually increasing their stock price. Now, in the past month, this is where the pain is really for CrowdStrike. It's down negative 40.3%, which, dear God, that is concerning. That is down. It's $158.05 per share, just evaporated from the valuation of the company. Looking at the past last week, it was down about 15%. Going to the article by CNBC, it's just by Katie Bartlett, who's a writer over there, saying, quote, CrowdStrike shares drop 9.7% to the lowest level of the year on report that Delta may seek damages. Now, they say that Delta hires David Boyce, chairman of Boyce, Schiller, Flexner, to seek compensation from CrowdStrike and Microsoft. Now, they say that CrowdStrike shares are at the lowest price since 2024 and have lost 1/3 of their value since the historic IT outage of Microsoft systems earlier this year. They say that Delta is handing over, oh my gosh, 176,000 refunds or reimbursements after almost 7,000 flights were canceled. Wow. Which, yeah, that's not great. Now, again, it looks like they hired one of the well-known lawsuit companies or legal firms that has historically gone after larger companies for these types of similar situations. Now, again, they hired, this again is Boyce, Schiller, Flexner. And yeah, it looks like in terms of the outage costing, oh geez Louise, Delta, they say that the outages cost the airline an estimated $350 million to $500 million, which, wow. And in terms of, again, the background of that legal entity, Boise is known for representing the U.S. government in its landmark antitrust lawsuit case against Microsoft and for helping win a decision that overturned California's ban of marriage. Really? So it looks like they do political and big business. Interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Now, in terms of the legal ramifications and the ripple effect of this, and that's the big if this lawsuit is submitted and if it's actually, it'll be interesting, is it going to be filed against CrowdStrike or the insurance companies? Or if this goes through, CrowdStrike is going to be again, they're worth billions of dollars. They won't put them out of business in that single instance, but that would set the precedent for every other company to sue them. And if that happens, I think we might see a tech apocalypse. Because again, stuff happens in IT. People joke about, well, I joke, Microsoft M365, which is a cloud solution. I mean, I joke it's Microsoft M363 because they're usually down a couple of times per year. Nothing is perfect. And if you can sue, and again, every time there's an outage or an incident, you could sue them. And it's one of the instances where they do have the grounds in terms of they can show quantifiably this amount of money we lost out on during this outage. But also, that means everyone's going to start suing each other even more. And people think cybersecurity insurance is, they think that's expensive now. And granted, this was an outage, not a cybersecurity incident. But still, those insurance rates are going to go through the roof. And I can't help but think, I mean, that would just destroy the industry. And now, granted, there very well might be terms and conditions in the CrowdStrike, when you buy the software. Truth be told, it's like an Apple iTunes agreement. It's about 159 million pages and only 18 people read it. But I would guess, if I would take an educated guess, that there is some clause or some caveat to cover them in these types of very unusual situations, that they're not liable for damages lost. But let me know in the comments. It doesn't look like things are getting better for CrowdStrike in the short term. And again, no official lawsuit has been filed, but shoot, it'll be interesting to see if it is brought forward. And then that precedent would just be a domino and just decimate a lot of IT companies, I think. But as always, let me know in the comments, because as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, giving me a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.